Hello and welcome back to season 6 of the Laura and Becky show. We've been off for Christmas and New Year, but we are back. And we got a brand new sponsor, baby.
Yes, hi, all.
Welcome to Redbrik estate agents who've joined us. We're very, very happy to have a newbie. Big problem. So welcome, Redbrik. And we've also got our faithfuls, Ringwood Hall Hotel and Spa, which we're very happy to have back.
Right. Welcome to you. If you are a brand new listener for 2023, then welcome to our show. You are more than welcome. We're like a little family. We're like a group of friends.
We're like a cult. That's what we're like, living in a big house together, growing our own vegetables, going off grid.
Okay. Have you ever grown a vegetable in your life?
Nah.
If you are one of our OGs, all right. How are you?
All right.
All right.
You were saying actually, weren't you? Because Laura was checking out how many downloads we've had over Christmas and New Year. And you were saying that we've had a lot of new listeners.
Yeah.
Which is exciting.
I think because Christmas and New Year, it's like downtime. People were like, well, it's me and you have listened to so many podcasts.
Yep.
So many podcasts. We're going to talk about that a little bit later on. But yeah, listen, if you are new here, then... Hiya.
We're so happy to have you. And also, strap yourselves in,
Yes.
guys. You've joined on a good season. Haven't they, though?
They have. Yeah.
Oh.
Also, as well, because it's like a brand new year, brand new season 6, and we have got a lot of new listeners. We'd love it if you could just subscribe.
We would. Yeah, because listen, I'm guilty of this. When I listen to podcasts, and I will listen regularly to podcasts, I don't always subscribe and follow.
Yeah.
It's naughty, and I'm going to stop doing it because
Well,
I want people to do that for us. So I need to do that for other people.
Yes.
I'm going to do it.
And also, all you're doing is you'll just get a little notification going, we've uploaded. That's it. That's all you're doing. You're not like subscribing to like worship Becky and I for life. Although if you want to, you can do.
Yeah, you're not getting signed up for anything dodgy.
It's not a contract. You can unsubscribe at any time you bloody want.
Yeah, but we'd absolutely love it if you could follow us, subscribe. And I mean, if you got 2 minutes, just give us a cheeky little review because it all helps and it just makes us so happy, doesn't it?
Right, talking about being happy. First of all, we were apart for 2 weeks, which was a long time.
We can't do that again.
No, it put me out a bit. I mean,
should we have a clause in our contract for this that we do not spend 2 weeks apart
I think
again?
a week is fine. I think a week is healthy. We
Yeah.
can cope with a week. The 2 weeks, though. What was funny was when you came back up, I went back. I did think I wondered if I drove past you at one point.
Yeah, it was literally the day that I drove back up north, you were driving down south.
Yeah. And it didn't feel right. Is it feng shui?
It felt all off kilter.
Didn't it?
Who was it who said to you? Was it your sister? Was it before Christmas? And you said to her, oh, I'm not going to see Becky for 2 weeks. And she went, oh, it'll do you good. And you went, no,
it bloody
Jade, it won't.
Do me good? What are you talking about? Anyway, we reunited on Friday. We had a day of it on Friday, didn't we?
We did.
So today is like my start of January. Really, because this is the first day I'm back.
And it's January the 9th.
And I was in Cornwall. I woke up at 10 a.m. most days and I was seeing everyone going, oh my God, it's so dark. And I was like, I'm not looking forward to that. And then this morning I woke up at 7 a.m. I nearly cried. I nearly cried.
It's so dark though. When your alarm goes off at like pre-8 a.m. at the moment, it feels like it's midnight. Literally.
What the hell? I don't think
like
I've ever experienced it so bad in my life. Anyway, so I did a little post and I was like, oh, come on, I can just hear the rain outside and blah, blah, blah. And I got a voice message from our lovely listener, Rich.
Say his surname, Law.
I can't.
Try it. Go on.
Cosmella.
Cosmola. We love Rich. He's a regular listener to the podcast.
Cosmella? Is it Cosmella?
Rich, you need to let us know how to say your surname because we
Also,
ain't
what
got
is
a clue.
that? Greek?
I don't know. He doesn't look Greek, does he?
Doesn't look, no.
At all.
But that's definitely got something in it, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Anyway, this is the message that he sent me.
Mate, it might be dark, it might be raining, but you're back, mate. You're back with a beautiful Becky, man. You've got to lift everyone's spirits, mate. We're relying on you. We need you. We need you to, like we've never needed anyone else ever, man. Come on, Laura. You too today, mate. We're waiting. We are waiting.
I love that. Rich love. That's just for you, Rich.
go.
He loves those.
How
and I love
funny
them
is
as well.
that, though? That apparently they're waiting for us, Becky. So we've got to be upbeat.
He's talking like with the bloody Prime Minister. I was like, we're waiting for you. We need you more than ever before. Do you? I have to say, Rich is a very positive person. I love Rich. Rich has had a life. He might be a good guest on the podcast one day. He's had a lot of shit going on, but he's a very, very positive person. And he's quite a good motivational speaker.
Well,
that got me motivated.
I liked it. I got up. I mean, I listened to it after I got up, but had I still been, I'd been like, do you know what? He's bloody... RK is right.
Thanks, Rich.
I need to get... So I think maybe... I've said to him, can I have one every morning?
Yeah, why don't we get him doing one on the podcast for January? Because everyone's feeling a bit meh. It's January, it's dark, it's cold. Nothing good really happens in January. Why don't we get Rich on to get all of our listeners G'd up for January?
Or if anyone else wants to send us a motivational message, crack on.
Please do.
Yeah, please do. Right, so we need to talk about you.
Yeah.
You and January.
Yeah. Now, I've got a slightly different mindset coming into January.
Yeah.
Now, before Christmas, I was feeling a bit meh, a bit just meh. Last year was a bit of a funny year for me. Had a lot going on. Well, there's a lot going on in the world, wasn't there, last year?
Yeah. A war.
And just a war and all sorts of things, and prime ministers changing left, right and centre. The Queen dying.
Queen dying.
Yeah, it was a heavy year, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Cost of living crisis.
Another one. Anything else?
That'll do. I had personal things going on as well. So I just felt a bit meh before. I was all right, but I felt a bit meh before Christmas.
Yeah.
And I thought, no, Becky, you are not going into 2023 in this mindset. No.
Right.
No.
Right.
So you've got to work on your mindset, haven't you? It doesn't just happen where you're like, oh, I feel great today. You've got to work on it. So I came back from being away, Christmas and New Year, had a rest, had a bit of thinking time. And we were messaging about a few things, weren't we? And I came back and I thought, I'm going to use January to hunker down. This is my new favourite expression. If anyone's like, what you did in January or what you got? I'm like,
she's hunkering.
I'm hunkering. You ain't going to see me because I am hunkering. I'm like a little mole that's gone into a hole and I ain't coming out for January. I am hunkering.
You're hunkering.
Yeah. But I think that...
And let's just explain your hunkering. What's involved in a normal hunker day?
Well,
what would one do?
What would a hunkerer do?
Let's have a look. Becky the hunkerer.
So basically, it involves cutting
doing
out
naffle.
Yeah, basically nothing.
Basically, you do cool all day. That's hunkering. Is that a posh word for being feral?
Yes, I am very feral at the moment. However, I have to say, it's basically cutting out all the distractions. That's what it is, right? So, we get distracted by social plans, men, I don't know, going out, seeing people, doing things, right?
Food, drink.
Yeah, let's go for a wine. Let's go for dinner. Let's go for coffee. Yeah. Not me this month, mate. Right. Not me. I'm hunkering.
Now, I am as supportive as I can be for anything you do. I mean, literally anything. I just have a couple of questions.
Sure.
Is this just a Monday to Friday thing?
Potentially. I'm being strict. Right. No.
We don't hunker at weekends.
Well, no, I do a bit of hunkering.
Right.
I did a bit of hunkering this weekend.
So it's So let me get this straight. Monday to Friday is full-time hunker.
Full-time.
Weekends, part-time.
Yeah.
That's all right, though.
Yeah, because what I don't want to do is put a ridiculous amount of pressure on myself. That's not what I'm about in January.
You're not a full-time hunkerer.
No, I'm just I'd say an 85% of the time hunkerer.
Okay.
However, if I do want to come out of my hunkering hole, for I met you for a walk, didn't I, on Saturday? Then I will do so. I will peel myself out of my hunker hole. Yeah, poking my little nose out and sniffing the air.
We'll be like, oh, hello, Becky. How's the hunkering going?
Yeah, literally. Well, so I will do that if I feel the need. Because, listen, I'm not a hermit. I'm not going to not see anyone.
No.
However, I'm just trying not to be, this sounds really bad, be as social this month.
Yeah.
I'm not going out spending as much money.
Yeah.
I'm staying at home and I'm getting my shit in order. And I cannot tell you how much I've got done already. And it's what?
It's the
9th of Jan.
I mean, you don't know the date.
Mate, I'm so organised. I've never been so organised in my entire life. And I'm spending the least money I've ever spent. 9 days in, but I'm spending the least money I've ever spent.
This is good. I mean, we worked all day on Friday. And obviously a Friday is a hunker day. It's a weekday.
Major hunker day.
Right. So we had to go to a meeting on Friday, and it went on for a while, didn't it? And we came out of said meeting, and I was like, I'm starving. I need to get some food. I was like, should we go and get some food? And in my mind, I meant Quick Sarnie from the garage. I don't know if you thought Costa or something like that. And you went, mate, no, I am not. And I was like, what? And you're like, no, I'm not buying any food or any drink out and about. I'm making it at home. I was like, right, yo. So you went, what we'll do is we'll drive back to the office and I'll drive home. I'll make a sandwich and I'll drive back to the office again. And I literally was like, okay, that's going to cost you more in petrol than a £3 sandwich from the garage. And then I admire your spirit.
Yeah. And you know, when you're in the zone,
yes,
you want to stay in that zone.
Yeah.
You don't want to be like, and give up easily. You want to stay in the hunkering zone.
Yeah. But we did just grab an egg and cress, didn't we?
Well, we thought about it, and I thought, actually, yes, I am going to spend more time in petrol. It's time going back.
Yeah.
I thought, I can buy a $3.90 meal deal from Tesco, whatever much it is. So I did.
Yeah, it was a crap sandwich.
It was an egg mayo one, and it was rank. So
good. But you know what? And also we had a wine at the weekend.
But I'm not doing dry January.
No, me neither. But
and we've been on a walk, and we just fancied a wine.
Okay. So what?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
No, I was thinking people are going to think, oh, you're doing dry January. But no, I've been open about the fact that I'm drinking. Yes. So on...
Yes.
No, so Sunday. That was Sunday.
Yes, it was.
I'm getting muddled up with my hunkering days now.
Saturday or Sunday?
Sunday.
I'm
getting muddled up with my hunkering days.
Anyway, you crack on with your hunkering. We'll check in on your hunkering and see how you get on.
Please do.
So, talking about the meeting we had on Friday, it was with our lovely, brand new, shiny, sparkling sponsors, Redbrik estate agents. And, I mean, first of all, let's just say we are tickled pink to be having them sponsoring us.
They are a bit of us. Now, we haven't met all of the team, have we? Because it's obviously quite a big team, but we've met quite a few of them. In fact, should we say how this started off, this whole thing?
Yeah.
Redbrik Ross. We need to give him a big shout out.
That's what we'll call him.
Yeah. So we were sat having a coffee and he came up to us and we didn't really know him at this point. We knew him from Instagram, but we didn't know him in real life. And he went, "Are you Laura and Becky?" Didn't he? And we were like,
"Who's asking?"
Yes. And he's like, "I've just been listening to your podcast in the car."
I know, it was amazing.
It was such a moment, wasn't it? Anyway, so that's how it kind of came about.
Yeah.
But they are such a lovely team. We had a really nice meeting with them on Friday. If we can call it a meeting, can we call it a meeting?
I would like all my future meetings to be exactly like that one, please, which basically consisted of celebrity talk, what we'd do if we won the lottery, talking about manifesting.
Yeah. What we're going to manifest.
What we're going to manifest,
what
how
we were shopping
manifest.
for online.
Yes. I mean, we covered all bases.
Well, there was actually one point where I brought it back around to work and I went, "Right, guys, so podcast starts on Monday. What do you want us to mention?" And the person who we were with went, "Oh, I'm going to talk about that, are we?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, no, we don't have to.
We're going to carry on with manifesting."
Yeah, let's get back to Britney. Yeah. Talking about what's happened to Britney recently.
Yeah, it was Britney. Who else were we talking about? Where's Britney?
Kanye West.
Yeah, we reckon they might be together somewhere.
Well, maybe we need to talk about this properly.
Maybe we need another meeting.
Yeah, with Redbrik.
Yeah.
Guys, get ready.
Yeah.
Bring your notepads because we're going to be talking about Britney and Kanye and where they are at the moment.
Get your notepads. What's going on in the world?
Now, we were going to talk about Harry's interview last night, but we'll be honest, we're a little bit over his negativity. And with our mindset in 2023, we don't want to be focusing on the negative, do we?
We don't. Can I just say one thing, though? I watched a little bit of it and the chairs gave me anxiety.
You thought they looked very uncomfortable.
On wooden chairs. It was awful. It's all I could
torture.
think. Why would they not put in a couch, a sofa?
Or like those big comfy armchairs that you sink into.
It was so weird. They did that on purpose. But anyway, you're right. I'm bored of it.
Yeah, it's a bit like, you know, when we were in lockdown and there were certain people who watched the news constantly, watched the statistics on COVID and they got really nervous and really anxious and were thinking about it nonstop. And then there were people who didn't watch the news and they were off living their life and they were fine. That's going to be us with Harry and Meghan.
Okay, are we just completely ignoring Harry and Meghan?
Yeah, I'm just not bothered anymore.
Do you know what,
at all.
mate? Me neither.
Yeah, we're vetoing them on this podcast. But however, something more important than Harry and Meghan.
Now we're going to rewind a bit here because obviously Becky and I haven't seen each other. We haven't recorded the podcast. And there are things that have happened over the last 2 weeks that we are going to talk about kind of over the course of this week. But one thing I do want to talk about is the walrus in Scarborough.
You may have seen this. Well, it was all over the news and all over social media, wasn't it? It was kind of like not the pier, what's it called? The
harbour.
The harbour in Scarborough. Oh, it rhymes.
Harbour
in Scarborough. And this big old walrus just decided to come up to land.
He's big. He's called Thor. I don't know.
Because he's so big.
Yeah, I guess that's why. So basically, it got lost. It ended up in Scarborough Harbour. And the council, they cancelled the New Year's Eve celebrations in Scarborough because he was sleeping and they didn't want to wake him up. However, he did wake up. He woke up. And I think he did the most things that most
men do when they wake up.
So these are people filming him doing what he did when he woke up. If I can play it.
Look at the size of his cake. Go on, kid. Everyone's got cameras on now.
Oh!
Corey on it. Yeez, go on, Bob. Right.
Oh my God. I mean, he's having a great time. Let's put it that way.
And he's really going for it. He's not embarrassed.
He's having fun.
Yeah, he's not shy, is he? He obviously likes an audience, doesn't he?
I mean, what I kind of love about it is kind of like they're obviously unaware that you shouldn't do that in public.
Yeah.
And it's a walrus. And everyone gets their cameras out and films what he's doing. He's just oblivious to it. He's just doing what he usually does.
He carries on, doesn't he?
In fact, he
goes a bit faster, doesn't he?
Honestly, I mean, imagine that. Just like turning up and just being like, I don't know where I am, but I'm going to have a quick nap. I'm going to have a little...
Well, there are some men that do that,
and
mate.
then roll.
Yeah, there are some men that do it and get arrested. And
you can't arrest a walrus.
No, not a walrus, but men, yes.
Why didn't someone just roll it back in the sea? That's what I want to know. Are they
I don't
dangerous?
know, mate. I think they can be quite dangerous. I mean, they've got massive, what are they called? The teeth things, the things poking out. They are teeth, aren't they? Yeah.
Are they teeth?
like
No,
big-
they're... I can't remember what they're called.
Those
They're
sharp
big.
things, anyway. Yeah, they've got those. So, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't want to really go near a walrus, would you?
Especially when it's...
Doing that.
Yeah.
You might get covered in something.
Right.
Oh, God. Watch the video. If you don't know what we're talking about, watch the video.
Had you approached him whilst he was doing that? I wonder if he'd have just been like, what are you doing? I'm busy.
Or finished. Or...
Yeah.
Who knows?
Anyway.
Yeah, Ringwood Hall Hotel and
Yes.
Spa, our lovely sponsors who are back. This is their third season back with us, by the way. We are
Yes.
so happy to have you with us.
We are indeed. Now, there's lots going on this year at Ringwood Hall Hotel and Spa. So, first of all, the hotel, a beautiful place. You can get married there. And I believe they have like a wedding fair kind of thing.
Yeah, so if you are looking at getting married this year or next year or whenever, they've got a wedding showcase, which is happening this Sunday, actually, the 15th, from 1 till 5 p.m.
Well, you know what happens over Christmas, don't you? Lots of people get engaged.
Yeah, they also split up and get divorced, but we're not dwelling on the negatives. So let's talk about the people that are getting together and getting married.
Congratulations if that's you.
Yeah, it actually looks really nice. They've put a post on their Instagram if you want to go and look at it. But you can kind of basically see all the things that you could have for your wedding, like the DJ, the chair dressing, the food.
Get some inspiration. So yeah, definitely go and have a look. All the details are on their website. It's ringwoodhall.com. Right then, mate. Now, this kind of ties in with your hunkering, kind of, doesn't it?
It does. Now, there is something that has changed my life. And I'm gonna tell you what it is.
Share it. We all need this.
So we obviously listen to a lot of podcasts, and especially when we want to break from our podcast, we go and listen to a lot of other ones, don't we? You've listened to the Stephen Bartlett, Davina McCall one.
Oh, it's so good.
I still need to listen
It's
to that.
so good.
Might do it today.
Yeah.
It's on my list.
It's hefty. It's long, but it's brilliant.
It's one for a car journey, probably, isn't it?
Yeah, or a long dog walk or something.
Yeah, I'm going to get it on. There is one that I have become obsessed with. And when I say obsessed, there is no exaggeration, right? So every spare minute I get at the moment, or if I'm in the car or, I don't know, doing the washing up or putting washing away, whatever it is, I will stick this podcast on. And I have not got sick of it yet. I'm wanting more. And I wake up in the mornings excited to put it on, right?
Okay.
So I found it by accident. So with this like new mindset for 2023, I thought, right, I need to find a podcast to listen to in bed that puts positive thoughts in my head and just, you know, makes me go to sleep in a nice way. So I was putting it in. I think I was putting in like positive something or the positive podcast, but it searched for something, but I like must have pressed something. It searched for it before I'd finished writing what I was searching for.
One thing about that is looking for podcasts is quite difficult.
Yeah.
Unless you know the specific podcast you're looking for, it's like walking into like a massive bookshop and just not knowing where to go.
Totally. Unless someone's like recommended one to you, or like you say, you know of one, it's quite hard to find them. Anyway, it went searching and this was the top one that came up. It's called The Law of Attraction. Is it Changed My Life? Let me just check actually. It's on my Spotify, obviously. Oh yeah. So Law of Attraction Changed My Life. And I saw it and I thought, okay, yeah, I'll give that a go. So I started listening and it's a girl called Francesca Amber. Now, some of our listeners may have already listened to her. I think she's like the number one self-care podcast in the UK, which I didn't know before. Anyway, started listening. She's a really normal girl. She's a single mum to 3 girls, really inspirational, but really normal. Talks in really normal terms, not all like, you know.
Yeah, F's and Jeff's a bit as well, which I like.
Oh, she F's and Jeff's a bit, yeah. So the first one seriously hooked me in. Anyway, I listened to about 4 and then I started sending it to people. I sent it to you, didn't I?
Yeah.
Sent it to a couple of other friends and my friend Emma, who listens to this podcast as well. Anyway, she messaged back and she went, OMG. And I went, what? And she went, oh my God. I was like,
Does
what?
she know her?
Well, no, but she's on a bit of a thing for 2023 as well, like good mindset, hitting goals, that kind of thing. She messaged back and went, I can't believe you've just sent me that. 6 minutes ago, I just found it and pressed play and started listening and you've just sent it through going, you need to listen. I thought,
No way.
It's a sign. This is a sign. Anyway, she's got so many different episodes on there. I must have listened to probably 25 already.
Christ.
I'm obsessed. But I cannot tell you how much it has changed my mindset so far.
This is good.
It is so good.
Hey, listen, you turned up on time this morning.
I never do that.
Well done.
Thanks, love. Thank Francesca.
Thank you, Francesca.
Yeah, she's the one who
What
sorted
else
me
can
out.
we thank Francesca for?
I got my tax return done.
Yeah, well
Thank
done.
you, Francesca.
Thank you, Francesca.
Also, she talks about this thing called the Miracle Morning, which we've all probably kind of heard about. There's lots of different books and things and podcasts on it. But again, we all know it, but I needed to hear it from somebody that I liked and I respected to kind of get my arse in gear and hear how it's changed her life.
Yes.
So I'm doing that.
Wow.
Yeah, getting up in the mornings and
I'm not going to
getting stuff
recognise
done.
you soon.
Mate,
End of Jan, I'm going to be like, Becky.
I'm going to be a new woman. Also, we talked about this, didn't we? Between Christmas and New Year, we've got certain hopes and goals and dreams for this podcast and things we want to achieve this year, right? Last year, my head wasn't in the game with focusing on goals and things. This year, I feel really focused and I want to make it happen.
Yeah.
And we talked...
Well, actually, on New Year's Day, when I was going down to Cornwall, you were coming back up.
Yeah.
You sent me a message and you went, do you want a good start to the new year? And I was like, yes. And we got a message from someone. And New Year's Day was a Sunday.
Yes,
It was
wasn't
so
it?
weird. Yeah. And that I was like, that's kickstarted our year.
That is a sign as well.
That is a sign.
And it was something that actually we've been waiting for a while. And it was New Year's Day that it came through, which is really random, wasn't it?
Yeah. So, I mean, Davina on that Stephen Bartlett one, it's Diary of a CEO. She talks about moving in the right direction. So even if nothing's happening and you're a bit like, oh, what's going on? As long as you keep walking, that's what she says. She says, keep walking towards where you want to go, something will happen. Because if you stand still, it's not going to come to you. And that's what we do. And you have to kind of not be embarrassed about it. Because I think sometimes you feel a bit stupid. Like we want to start something new soon and we're going to have to start from scratch.
Yeah, and that's a
Aren't we?
really scary thing because it's basically putting yourself out there and it's the fear of failure because we all think like, oh God, what if it doesn't work? What if it doesn't take off? Fuck that.
Yeah.
You've got to just give it a go.
Yeah.
And like you say, and like Davina said,
And like you've dropped an F that in our episode 1. Go on, Becky.
This is my mindset for 2023, guys. This is just the start. But Davina's right. Like if you're stagnant and you stand still, nothing is going to happen.
No.
You got to just walk. And even if you don't know where you're going, and a lot of the time we don't know where we're going.
Will Smith, I quote him. He says, if you're scared of doing something, do it scared.
Yeah.
Do it with the fear. Like,
Yeah.
don't let being scared stop you from doing it. Just do it scared. I love that.
That often means that you're on the right path if you're doing something that scares you as well.
Yeah.
Going back to this podcast quickly, because this kind of ties in. Francesca, it was one I was listening to this morning before coming here. She gave this statistic, which actually made me a little bit sad, but it's really interesting. She said that 95% of people settle for less than what they want in life. Mate,
95%?
95%, people settle for less than what they want. How sad is that? We get one life, right? And it goes by pretty damn quick as well. That makes me really sad that people aren't doing what they want to do.
Yeah.
They're staying in shit relationships.
Yeah.
They are staying in a job that doesn't satisfy them.
Yeah.
They're with friends that don't bring anything, whatever. Guys, start living your life.
God, go on, Becky. Jesus Christ. Go on, Francesca.
Yeah. She's changed me, hasn't she, mate? She has
We need
changed
to try.
me.
We need to hunt her down. This is what I'm thinking.
We do.
I think we maybe need to stalk Francesca a little bit.
Yeah,
Should
wouldn't
we
it be
do
good
that?
to get her on this podcast?
Do you think that should be all right with that?
I think she would be, yeah. She seems a lovely girl.
Right. Well, do you follow her on Insta, obviously? and all
Obviously, she's
that
got two
stuff?
accounts. Follow both of them.
Right. Have an awesome Monday. We'll be back tomorrow.